Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Really appreciate it. So let's talk about Ubisoft yet again. But this time, let's go into a little bit of conspiracy theories. Just my thoughts. I've just been thinking. I've been watching a lot of um, content online about this. I've been following them real close. Um, so we've all known where the industry is headed. There's been a lot of DEI, diversity, inclusion, whatever, that's being pushed down our throat. And gamers, they don't want it. They don't like it. We don't like it. I don't like it, honestly. I don't really care what artistic um value you want to go with, or your artistic integrity, or whatever it is that you want to do artistic wise. I don't really give a shit. You can make whatever game that you want to make. Just know that there's going to be repercussion and people might not like the game that you make. And just take it in stride. Don't go blaming the gamers when your games don't sell. But anyway, let's go into the conspiracy theory. Now, here's the theory. I think this has been well known, at least. I believe other people have covered it this way too, where they said the same thing. Maybe they haven't, but I think that Tencent is making its power play to acquire Ubisoft because the stock has dropped drastically. It was at one point $2.30, which is a huge drop. The company is literally in a downward spiral. And they're still in denial, saying that their games are not woke or whatever. But yeah, it is. It is. If you look at the model of the Star Wars Outlaw compared to what she looks like in the game, it's like night and day. They could have just, I don't know, man, all this push, but whatever. That's not the conspiracy theory that I want to talk about, or just my thoughts. My thing is, so Tencent owns about 10% of the Ubisoft stock. It's been rumored that a lot of the shareholders want to take the company private, and I believe Tencent is in a very they're in a very good position. If they want to, they can acquire Ubisoft, 10 cent for 10 cent 10 cent to the dollar, because the value of the company has dropped drastically with all the bullshit that they were, pushing. So anyway, let's go into a couple companies that Tencent owns. Tencent is invested into a ton of different companies. They bought Riot Games. At first, they bought like a majority stock. I want to call it, what is it called? Hostile takeover. Maybe when they bought Riot shit. What the fuck is the name? Riot Games. There it is. Hostile takeover. They bought 93% of the stock, and then they bought the rest, which is 7% of their stock, to acquire the whole studio. I don't know. It just feels like a hostile takeover, doesn't it? When another company purchases a large share of stocks and then eventually just purchase it, pretty much just takes over the whole damn company. So I feel like Ubisoft is in this position. I mean, they probably put themselves in this fucking position that they're in right now. So going over to Tencent, let me just move this over. Let me see where it is. There it is. Okay. So these are all the companies that Tencent owns, which they own fully. They own Funcom, Leon, Athlon Games, Digital Extreme, Splash Damage, Riot Games in September 2009. They bought them in 2015. They own the whole company. Shark Mob, Sumo. I don't know some of these games or some of these studios, but I have heard of Turtle Rock Studios. Oh shit, they own that too. Wake Up Interactive. They own, and then these are the companies that they have a majority holding on. Fulcrum Publishing, Techland. They own a majority share. Tequila Works, Keely Entertainment, Ten Chamber Collective, Yogar Development. I don't know that. And Supercell Grinding Gear. They own Supercell. They own 84%, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be purchasing the rest to own that company. And Fat Shark, they own what? Grinding Gear Games, they own 100%. Don't Nod Games, they own 42% of that company. Don't Nod. Epic Games, obviously, they were some of the investors when it came to Epic Games when they launched their store. So they own 35% of Epic Games. Pocket Gems, 38%. And then Bluebird Team, they own 22%. Shift Up, so they own, even Remedy, they own a small percentage, which is 14%. I do remember when they bought a large share of FromSoft, which is 16%. And obviously they own 10% of Ubisoft, but I do believe like Guillemot is going to be working with Tencent for them to acquire Ubisoft, 10 cents to the dollar. And it's not a good thing, honestly. I feel like Tencent had something to do with all this situation, but everything kind of like fell apart for Ubisoft when that whole controversy came out about toxic masculinity and everything like that. But, you know, we would have thought they would turn things around, but they went straight to the left. And now it's backfiring. All their games and everything that they have put out is just complete dumpster fire. You know, nobody's buying their fucking games. They're literally about to be on life support, and Tencent is going to swoop right in and buy the whole fucking company. There are some other suitors out there that are interested in purchasing Ubisoft. I'm pretty sure Microsoft might be interested in purchasing Ubisoft, but can they turn it around? That's the main thing. I don't think so. It's just that you need a whole new leadership. Like, Guillemot isn't the man. This motherfucker needs to go. All right, let's go back to those days where Ubisoft actually put out quality content where everybody enjoyed the fuck out of their game. The Assassin's Creed was the pinnacle. Splinter Cell, pinnacle. Those are the games that I grew up with, that I used to play way back in the day. You know, Assassin's Creed 1, I remember that game like it was yesterday. I had a really good time with that. But now they're just making trash after trash after trash. And it's only a matter of time before they are acquired by Tencent. And that's not a good thing for the industry. We have seen this company slowly and surely purchasing games or purchasing rights here and there. They're actually one of the ones that they own a portion. I think they own about 14% of Activision Blizzard. So yeah, they own that. And I don't think Microsoft is going to be buying it from them. I don't know if they even will let Microsoft buy that right from them, but only time will tell. So I do believe that Tencent had something to do with all this nonsense that's going on with Ubisoft and put them in a position where they are going to be forced to sell because everything is just downward spiral. And then when they announced that Tencent might be purchasing Ubisoft, guess what happened? The stocks went up. So it went from like $2.30. Now it's up to $3. But who really knows? I don't know, man. I'm just talking. I'm just making some shit up. I don't know how real this could be. Maybe there's something sinister behind this whole thing, but nobody really knows except the people that are within the gaming industry, and we're just in the outside, just, you know, giving our opinion about this whole situation. But I wish that Ubisoft would go back to the company that it used to be and making just great games and focusing on your story instead of trying to push this agenda that nobody fucking wants. No gamers want all this bullshit in their games. We just want to have a great time and just forget about everything else that's going on and lose ourselves in these games and these worlds that these artists spent their time making it. That's all we want. And a great story. It's not that hard. I mean, we're not asking for much, you know? I mean, the Prince of Persia game was solid. I'll admit it, I'll give you that one, but it didn't sell very well. But that game was solid. It was just, a little side scrolling game. And I played a little bit of it, but it was a solid game. But anyway, you guys let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Tencent is behind all this situation that's going on? Because they are they they own a very small percentage, but still they got some juice for sure. Let me know in the comments.